Alright, here we are. I'm adding this to the video I just made. Rolled up the tarp, the cloth, peeling down the tarp. I need to take down this other side, then I can pull it through behind there. So at night, in the summer, the coop will be open to the back of this, so the birds can communicate through there. But this looks like it's her first time out in the grass. I don't know. She was up and about and getting a drink. And why she seemed to be up and about and looking pseudo spry, or quite spry actually. Ooh, that's I don't like to look at that poops. But then again, whatever's been pumped into her system and going through her system, you know, like I said, I don't know what they put. I mean, I know they live on some grates and so that their poo goes through, but you know, who knows? They could be raised on something more liquidy so that they don't have a lot of hard poos to clog those grates. I don't know, but she's got some healthy poos in there, but that was a little of a liquid squirt poo, so I don't really like that. Why don't you turn here so we can look at you? So I just set her down with some soft clover and some grass, and she's biting at stuff. I just saw her bite at something. Move her little mouth like she's tasting it. I don't think she's ever really experienced grass like this. Like I told Paul, probably the only thing she knows about grass is that she, you know, bounced into something kind of something green and soft when she fell off that truck. But I wasn't sure with her feet how she would navigate it, but I'm sure I'm putting too much of a human spin and human thoughts on this because, oops, sorry, I dropped the pen. That's all I know, but knowing what it was like coming back after like having a broken leg, you know, when you have an injured leg, or I've tore some tendons in my ankle before, that you know, you seem great and you're like, oh, okay, I'm standing on a flat surface, I seem to be walking okay, I'm walking here through the grocery store or whatever, I'm so much better. And then you get out in the yard and you're on non-level, non-smooth terrain, and it's like it's a whole new thing. And so I'm thinking for her, this is probably whole new feelings under her feet and what she's smelling, she's pecking at. So that's one of the reasons I went ahead and added some dewormer to her food, just to give her precaution. You see on her left leg as she steps, well, what would be the back of our knee, but it's kind of like her inverted elbow, is she's got a scab. So I'm sure that's a little tender, you know. I can remember walking around with just a scab on my knee and it being tender, but here we are watching her discover grass, walk around in grass for the first time. She's past the 72-hour mark. Yeah. 72 hours, she's worlds better. And so far, so much better than the other rescues were after a week. You're supposed to eat it, sister. Yeah, there's little bugs and she's not just flopping down and standing frozen like she's scared. Are you adventuring? So she's got water out here, vitamin water. I threw a little bit of her food out here, just kind of like a scratch, so that she might come across it. But she's been eating this morning, so she gotta learn to be a real chicken and not just a dinner entree. It sounds horrible, but that's what she was bred and designed for. It's the kind of world she came from. Yeah, but here we don't eat our chickens. Yeah, look at her walking. I'm so proud of her. You can kind of see when she steps. Let's see if she steps out in the sun here on this clover. You can see how her feet are so big for just 8-week-old chicken that she's got. But they kind of want to curl up at the toes because she's never had to curl them down. She's never roosted. She's never probably gripped onto anything. Her life was just about keeping her balance and food. So Laddie's been right along the fence with her. beak to beak, and he didn't peck at her or charge at her through the fence. Got like a little loose feather sticking out there, sister. Look like yeah, it's just kind of stuck to you. Like you slept on the wrong side of the bed. So, mid-mornings like this, when it's still tolerable outside, or at least for the next few weeks it will be, we'll come out here every morning. And I'll come out in the afternoons, and hopefully within a week, hopefully by next weekend, I'll feel comfortable enough just to put her out here for the afternoon, the day. But I want to make sure she's comfortable out here. I want to see her moving around, and because of this is open air, except for from where I'm at, so she's got plenty of places to get under, hide, get away from predators, all that good stuff. But she's got plenty of yard. So we haven't had any more raspy breathing sounds. I do know that sometimes when she's very content and eating, she'll make a little coo noise, and you can almost mistake that for thinking that she's raspy breathing, but you can kind of tell the difference, especially if you spend any time when Paul thought she sounded weird, but it was actually she was making a pretty common noise that I hear my hens make sometimes when they're like really relaxed and chill and just snacking. I mean, it's not because they're hungry, they're just kind of like la 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 la, or they're really enjoying their meal and they'll make this cooing noise. So luckily, just a couple days before she got here, or maybe probably a week before she got here, but my birds have not been in the coop in a week. Everything got, refreshed and cleaned out, and then, first Saturday lime in there, so she's not going to be exposed to any mites or anything like that. It's like, just so happy to see her out here. Come on, you going to wander around? You got one of your friends over here talk to you through the fence. So yeah, this fencing here is definitely, though it's like a chicken wire, the holes are about twice the size of a chicken wire hole, so a chick could get through there. So of course I wouldn't let the little chicks, if we hatch any. I tried to kindle a couple last night just with the light bulb, but it wasn't quite dark enough, and I should have taken my phone out there. But the two I looked at didn't look like they were going to be, wild embryos. But I think you have to have at least 10 days before you handle them. And we're probably right around that, I would think. At least maybe on the older ones. So I think this evening I'll come out with, because I can turn the flashlight on my phone and lay it down, and it'll work just like if I was, if you had a kindling setting on a brooder or a little special light just for that. I think your janky feather mate, you might lose it there. Going through the grass, that's a good idea. Knock it loose, explore. She's obviously not going too far. I don't want to have to chase her around. She's pretty strong. She's almost, I would say, the weight of one of my smaller birds, but she's just all breast. When you pick her up, she's almost like round underneath those feathers. She doesn't seem to be startled by noises or loud noises. 8 a.m. there was some tree cutting bullshit or something going on next door. Who knows? Which if they were cutting a tree in my yard, I want them to say something, because they'll go out there and have someone come willy-nilly cut a branch on their side. But what they're doing is they're making the tree unbalanced, and the tree, they don't want it to fall on theirs, so they're over trimming it and guaranteeing that it's going to start leaning my direction. If it's in my yard, it's my yard, but one little branch, but I don't even know if it was next door. It could have been kind of like a catty corner over there. Look, there's dandelion leaves. They're really yummy. Chickens love them. Yeah, you gotta peck at them. That's where she's looking at. They're tasty. I promise. I wouldn't advise you to taste something that was yucky. Yeah, this pallet board I don't feel good against my bony butt. It's amazing how your butt can get so much bigger, but those little bones just sit on there. So pull that feather out. That's it. Get grooming. Don't eat it. Just pull it loose. Yeah, you almost got it loose there. Can I help you? Will you let me help you? Oh, I tried. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you get your feather. Okay, it was just stuck in some of your on a dirty foot. Hi, yeah, you're okay. So she squawked and wanted to fight when I picked her up, but like I said, she's round and I was able to get my hands around her. And she didn't kick her feet for very long when I put her down in the yard, but yeah, being handled and all this is just so new to her. But I'm glad she doesn't have any injuries, so I'm not having to worry about fly strike or gnats or anything attacking her. Do you think you're hiding over there? She's like, no, I can see you, human. I just don't want you within reach. You're keeping a safe distance, huh? She's like, well, you have to get up and get over here, and I can get a couple feet away by then. You're feeling really pretty self-assured there, little missy, huh? What do you think of this grass? She stayed on this little wedge. She's not going to venture out anywhere else right now. But this has got to be nice to be able to come out and explore. I'm hoping some normal chicken instincts start kicking in on her and she just adjusts and fits right in. As long as she's healthy, she's young, and yeah, she should do well. But she's been really good about tending to her feathers, even though they're very sparse in some places. Like when she lifts her wings up, the ones closest to her body, you can see where there's areas that looks like they've been plucked or something. I don't know. But there we go. Alright, I'm going to end this video here. Cece's first time being in grass.